So once again, we dive into the communist cesspool called TikTok. And we'll listen to our woke friends, espouse the latest idiocy they woke up thinking about. And we'll begin with this braggadocious young fellow who thinks estrogen medication has transformed him somehow into a woman. His bragging is subtle. It comes as though he's giving his fellow freaks a heads up. So see if you can spot it. Take a look.
I feel like the trans woman period isn't really talked about enough. So you see, a few days ago, I started experiencing extra breast tenderness, like more than normal. Like a lot of trans women will experience that with the hormones, especially as they grow, but it was extra sensitive essentially. So I have an extra medication on top of my my hormones that I just started. So I have some concerns about like if it started poorly interacting or whatever, especially because the other day, the day after the breast tenderness started, my abdomen started cramping up and I was starting to feel extremely gassy. The gassiness was bloating. The abdomens, they were cramps. So I go to the hospital, per their recommendation, just to make sure everything's okay. And so I lay down on the table, describe my symptoms to the doctor. The doctor kind of puts pressure on my lower abdomen area where the pain is centered. And I come to find out that they were PMS symptoms. I was experiencing PMS from my estrogen. I have no uterus. I have no blood coming out of weird places. But I'm still getting the cramping, the tiredness, the irritability, all of that. The breast tenderness is part of it too. All of that. It was PMS. And the reason why I feel like bringing that up is because it was like one of the few things I wasn't really warned about before I started hormones. So hopefully somebody can see this and kind of get that heads up so that they're not shocked like I was.
I mean, this guy needs to really work on his video editing skills. He does. TikTok users are often good in putting clips together and making it presentable and watchable. But this guy is such an amateur. He's a put-off. Although his message itself, what he's talking about is already annoying. Then couple that with terrible video editing skills is like, why am I watching this? But I'm doing this for you guys. So yeah. Like, I saw what he did there. I know you guys saw it too, right? You were able to catch it. I just want to give you guys a heads up so you don't get shocked like I was. Really? Was that what all this was all about? Or was this guy just trying to let us know that he's experiencing PMS like a biological woman? What is funny is that he's expecting his doctors to tell him the truth. Those same doctors that told him that with a few shots of estrogen, he can become a woman. I mean, the truth is so far away from those doctors. And this guy is not experiencing PMS. What he's experiencing is the side effect of excess estrogen in your body. And for him to experience PMS, he has to have a uterus. And that's one given by nature, not a penis flipped inside out. In other words, this guy has to be a woman, which he isn't. And that gassiness he's talking about is a clear indication that he's literally full of the stuff in Pampers, and everything he's saying is as hilarious as the makeup on his face. But sadly, no one is going to tell him this because this guy has no friends. He does. My advice to him is this: young man, you are not a woman. So drop that phone, wash your face, go outside, get a job and some friends, and stop seeing that monster you call a doctor before it is too late and you estrogenize yourself into infertility. Now, this next video is from one of these creepy morons that rekindle your belief in hellfire. There's some people who, when you see them, your belief in hellfire just get rekindled. Because that place just has to exist and must be the eternal resting place for some people, especially if they refuse to change. So let's take a look.
If hyperrealism is what you're going for, get a silicone packer. But if you'd rather prioritize functionality, sustainability, and supporting trans artisans, get one of these. They're super lightweight, sweat and odor repellent, machine washable, zero waste, and can be safety pinned to underwear so they don't move around. And there's a sliding scale price range. DM me on Insta to order.
Wow. Like, how can one man possess all the qualities of a creepy degenerate? I mean, with that cringy smile that you would expect from someone who you wouldn't want in the same vicinity with any child or teenager. And here he is, marketing silicone packers on Instagram to girls who think that they are boys. I mean, there is a special place in hell for some people. I'm telling you. And this is allowed on Instagram. This is allowed on Instagram. But Andrew Tate is not. According to Meta, that's a negative influence on young boys. But this demon-possessed marketer selling life-damaging ideas to children, that's perfectly normal and acceptable to the geniuses running this platform. Right? You know, on a good day, actually, on a good day, this guy would have made a very good marketer. You know, the kind that does voiceovers for commercials. But trans activism has entered into, he has soaked himself in trans activism, and it has turned his talent towards a very destructive direction. Something so destructive as what he's selling. I mean, how messed up can someone be for them to decide to do this with the rest of their life? I mean, these trans activists are the lowest scumbags to ever walk the face of the earth. There is no form of abuse that they will not inflict on children. And they are always interested in children. Catch them young, I guess. And by the time they catch them young, they sow 1 million seeds of confusion. Make these young ones 10 times worse than they are and release them into the world to wreak havoc on society. And if you ask him now, he will tell you he's selling life-saving products to children. They are always saving lives by destroying them. You know, people with endless pain and sorrows, living miserable lives, but always wanting to save kids' life. Children's life is what they are interested in saving, even though their life is a mess. A living, breathing mess. If you have kids, do them a favor and don't allow them on social media. Don't just get them a smart device because they're not ready for the craziness online. These creeps are at every corner of the internet, patiently waiting for your child. Now, this next video features a very eloquent and articulate trans activist. You know, her message is very short, but very powerful. So powerful, it is hard for anyone not to get the message. So let's watch and see what she has to say.
If you don't play into the trans agenda, you're cast out as a bully and
Wow. She desperately wants to be a meme. I mean, she's committed. And her argument is loud. Too loud. And it's short. You know, she tries to keep it, short and simple. But other than that, it is an incoherent scream. Makes no sense. I don't know what the point she's trying to pass across is. I guess what she wants us to know is that she's mentally ill and shouldn't be taken seriously. If that's her message, then she's delivering it effectively. I mean, such a wonderful, effective communicator. And she's a quintessential trans activist. They're all mad people, all of them. And somehow Western societies take these cycles seriously when they should just commit these individuals to mental health facilities. And the girl behind her has a placard that reads, "Jesus is trans." Yeah, of course. He's also gay and non-binary and genderqueer. There's one who said he's autistic. He's anything these guys want him to be. Jesus of their imagination is the grandmaster at a pride parade. So I've been told. These people, except for tweets, they don't read anything. They read absolutely nothing. So I don't expect them to have accurate information about a book that contains 66 more books. That's way too many books that they can ever read in their lifetime. And why do these guys always have, weird looking out of shape people amongst them? Like they always have that one person who is always weird and out of shape. And they're always screaming about how they are being marginalized. No, madam, you can't fit into any margin. No one can marginalize you ever. And I guess the dress code for this protest is, look as hideous as humanly possible. And these are the leaders of tomorrow. I guess America's tomorrow is looking really good. Right? Anyway, let's see if I can take one more of this. Let's check this last one.
And yet, several years ago, I came out as pansexual and a trans man. It gets better. My mum convinced me not to share my transition with my child, and I didn't. I kept it quiet because they were young. A few years ago, he came out as a trans boy. I am here representing my son, myself, and my girlfriend, who is a beautiful trans woman who's finally living her life. She's finally got a name change. She's finally living by herself.
Yes, and your family is what you call an entire trans community. Hey, madam, holding the microphone like a trans evangelist. It is not by wearing a trans flag. And you're not fooling anyone with that pitchforks you have growing on your jaw. You're not. And surprise, surprise, your daughter came out as a trans boy. Hooray! Who would have seen that coming? Not when he has a trans mother who has a trans boyfriend. I mean, I wonder where she got the idea that she has a boy trapped inside her. I wonder where she got those ideas from. I guess she knew since conception. Or maybe she knew after you decided to keep her, you know. Or maybe she knew from the very moment she was born. Or, hear this out. Yeah, this is a very radical idea. Or maybe she got the idea from all the trans paraphernalia in your possession. How about that? And this is what they mean when they say men can get pregnant. And they have all these expensive cameras ready to capture the moment. I guess this is historic. This is the first time a whole family is coming out as trans, right? And at least she's not shouting incoherently or dressed like a homeless person. You know, that's a major improvement. When you compare this to the last clip, that is a very major improvement. But this lady is clearly not a man. And everyone knows that. Everyone is aware. I can bet all my life saving that more than half of the people in this very inclusive rally misgender this woman. I'm sure even she misgenders herself. But still, I commend her comportment, you know. That's something you don't see often. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed the video, then hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell. Also leave a comment in the comment section. I want to know what you think about these videos and these trans individuals in the video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and until the next video, peace.